So you guys might have heard there's this thing called mobile lately, and it's really exciting and super cool, and it is a huge pain in the ass.
Because we have mobile, because it's so important, because people have small screens, we have to put the user's needs first. We have to design sites that focus on what our users actually want to do, give them content they actually want to read, and get out of their way. There's not screen real estate for lots of nav and lots of ads and lots of junk. We really have to give the user what they need.
And all of a sudden, we've got a gajillion new sort of screen sizes, platforms. You know, should we do these things with native apps? Using Drupal on the back end as one of the sessions is going to be, or should we stick with mobile web? You know, how do we even get our head around this stuff?
The client or your boss says, "Can we have navigation?" Yep, we can do that. Can we have sub-navigation? Yep. Flyout menus? You bet. Can we have menus that dance and then kiss their own butts? Yep, we can do that. We got a module for that.
The thing that's also starting to get different is that most of the people in this picture are actually employed full-time in one way or another doing Drupal stuff. So Drupal is building a whole ecosystem as well.
So I think we have to step back from this whirlwind for a moment, stop thinking so much about individual platforms, stop focusing so much on apps or on websites. If you're going to deliver rich and complex experiences to all these contexts, you have to start with your content.
So content actually turns out to be a design problem. If you don't plan for the content, it's going to happen anyway, and it could make your design unusable. And when I say design, everyone in this room is a designer, right? Even if your main job is writing front-end code, you're designing experiences, you're designing user experiences. And the way I use design, everyone in this room is a designer, and if we don't plan for the content, we don't know what's going to happen, our experiences may not work.
But I think that the really sort of exciting and flying car futuristic aspect of this that's really interesting is devices and apps. And we're already starting to see this with mobile devices. And keep in mind that mobile devices are actually a much more rich experience than creating websites for desktops.
I've been thinking a lot lately about platforms as cultures. What makes a mobile culture different from a desktop culture, an iPhone culture different from Android? And so, you know, I think that sort of this is what I'm getting at when I'm talking about mobile context. It's really, what culture are you addressing?
And it's my belief that responsive design is where progressive enhancement is going. That responsive design is the next level of progressive enhancement.
And Drupal's done a really great job of creating this flexible platform. Drupal does a really good job of separating the database layer from the functionality layer and the presentation layer, which we call theming in Drupal. And so you can swap out a different theme for the HTML5 version of your website, or you can create a responsive or adaptive theme for your website. It's all very flexible.
By and large, we launch mobile apps in one of three mindsets. I'm microtasking, I'm local, I'm bored. If you think of these as sort of the real cultures of mobile use, I think that's a useful place to start.
Because I'm not just here to say, yep, I can do that, I can roll up my sleeves and make that happen. I'm also here as an advisor. And everyone in this room, whether you spend a lot of time with the client or very little, whether you're mostly in your cubicle grinding out great code, or you spend half your time talking to clients about requirements. Either way, it's your job to stand up for the user and be an advisor.
You guys, we've got the coolest jobs in the world at one of the most exciting moments in the history of technology, and I would say even of culture. And so I just want to say to you guys, thanks for doing all the work that you do, and go make something amazing.
Drupalize.Me